your first option of college? Like you got accepted and you immediately sent your commitment card back here. How many of you, Lander, was your second option? Third? For me, Lander, I like to say, if I had a radar and it was set to the largest radius, it wouldn't still be a blip on that radar. I actually wanted to go to the University of Oklahoma. And some of you may be thinking, why the heck would a kid from Georgia want to go halfway across the country to Oklahoma? And that's the same question I've heard for the last 10 years, ever since I expressed my interest in the meteorology field. And the University of Oklahoma is one of the best meteorology schools in the nation. But in early August of last year, we went on our visit to Oklahoma, and it was a beautiful campus. I loved it so much. There was just one little problem. The thing that people were saying, driving halfway across the country to go to that school. So after that, and even before that, I was starting to think, okay, maybe this isn't for me. And I had this shift in my mind of what I wanted to do. I was leaning less for meteorology and more toward a recreation and sports management field. I hadn't expressed that publicly to my parents until about 2 or 3 weeks after I enrolled in until I applied to Clemson, which was August 1st. And I said, hey, I'm actually leaning more toward doing this. And my parents actually thought that I was just saying that so I could go to Clemson, because I've been a Clemson fan my whole life. So over time, they started to see that I was actually serious about going into this field. And so our focus shifted from going from, okay, I'm going halfway across the country to, okay, how can we help him get ready for this field in recreation and sports management. I applied to Oklahoma and a couple of other schools, and I was accepted into those schools fairly quickly because they all did rolling acceptance. Clemson, however, didn't only send their decisions out in the middle of February. So I spent 6 months waiting for a decision that would completely affect how and what my college decision would be. And the week of February 15th was the longest week of my life, and I got my decision on that Tuesday. So I get to my mailbox, I open my mailbox, and it's not the flamboyant envelope that you get when you get accepted into a college. So I open it up, and the first paragraph says, we cannot offer you acceptance into the fall of 2017. After all the emotions got over me, I continued to read the letter, and actually I have been accepted for the spring of 2018, considering that I would transfer in from another college that I attended in the fall. So that was originally my plan. I was going to go to another college, a smaller college, and just transfer in this spring. Lander, even though it was not on my radar, I always knew what Lander was. My aunt's taught here for 10 plus years, and every time I come up here, I visit the campus. So that was the first school that was on my mind. It's in the state of South Carolina. I can get accustomed to being up here. I can look for opportunities in the field I want to go into. So I applied to Lander. I got accepted into Lander, and we came up here to ask a couple questions. And we actually found out how much money I was going to get in scholarships, and I was actually given a grant for housing. So we decided it would actually be a better option if I were to come here for a whole year instead of, okay, let's just spend $4,500 in one semester and then spend $40,000 or $20,000 if going to Clemson for a second semester. So my original plan was just completely thrown out the window. I switched my mind like 15,000 times, and just seeing how smoothly everyone else's college selection process went for me, it was almost a culture shock to see how stressful mine was to me. But I feel like I'm in the right place. Thank you.